technical challenges. But today I'm going to share with you a lot of great stories about the new Maxi-Cosi car seats. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for waiting. So who am I? My name is Rens Joosten. I'm the global product manager for Maxi-Cosi. And as you may hear from my accent, I'm not from the UK myself, I'm from the Netherlands. We are based in the home of Maxi-Cosi. We started 34 years ago with the first baby infant carrier, which has grown into Maxi-Cosi car safety around the world, as it is today. So my name is Rens Joosten. I am already working for 13 years with Maxi-Cosi car seats in the product development, and it's my honor to introduce you to two new car seats and to give you more backgrounds about them. But also, and this is live, that's why we had a little bit of a delay. Because we are live, you can ask all the questions that you want. And already I want to thank particularly Charlotte and Ross, who before, as we announced the live stream, already shared some of their comments. And I read some of the comments about the Recline, but also on how to strap the harness of the seats. So I'm going to show on both products how it's working. And if you have any questions, please put them below or besides me. And then we have a customer care team in the UK who will be answering either directly or within 48 hours after the live stream. So let's get started. We see here the Titan Pro and the Titan, and both are multi-age car seats for about 1 year all the way up to 12 years. A lot of people ask me why. Why did Maxi-Cosi step into the multi-age car seat? Because we're known for the infant carriers, traveling rearward facing, and the safest way to travel, particularly with newborns, is absolutely rearward facing. So we have solutions. We see also behind me the two-way pearl that allow kids to travel all the way up to 4 years. And that's what we would also promote for the most safest way of traveling. However, not every family has a car where you could be traveling rearward facing, and not every family has the flexibility of different seats in different cars. And that's why the multi-age car seats are good solutions and good alternatives for traveling in a safe way for different ages, all the way up to 12 years old. So that's why we developed and launched here the Titan, the Maxi-Cosi Titan, and the other version, the Maxi-Cosi Titan Pro. What do they have in common? Let's start that. And I'm actually seeing all the questions that you're typing, so if anyone has a question, feel free to bring them on, and I'll be answering them. So what do they have in common? Actually, both fit my kids. Why would I mention? Actually, I have 2 kids. They are 9 years old. And I can still remember the first time that I had to put them in these car seats. And actually, they loved it because it's the comfort of the seats that makes it more comfortable to travel. But it's also the recline that makes it enjoyable to sit in. And because I've been using the seats with my own kids, I can also not only answer as a product manager, but also as a father, including all the difficult things of traveling with kids. Anyway, what do the seats have in common? Both are multi-age. They are classified as group 1 to 3, which makes them forward-facing, traveling from 1 year to 12 years. And as I said in the beginning, we strongly recommend to use infant carriers up to 15 months before starting to use forward-facing car seats. The other thing that these seats have in common is that they have ISOFIX connections here on the back too, and also here on the Titan Pro. And I'll show you later in detail, but what they also have is the top teller. You can see here, and I'm going to tell you a little bit more about that later. What also the seats have, because they have to fit both for the smallest as well as for the biggest kid, they have a cushion for the comfort, for the smaller one. And you see different execution here on the Titan Pro. And also we see the integral harness, which is for the kid up to 4 years old. And when the kid is from 4 to 12 years old, we're actually going to convert this seat, put the headrest up, and use the car belt. I'm going to show you that later. So this seat is from 1 year to 12 years old. I was talking about the top tether, and I think it's good to explain a little bit about the top tether. So how does a top tether help together with ISOFIX when you are involved in an accident? In fact, you see here on the picture next to me that if you have a car seat and we are connecting that with the ISOFIX into the car itself, in case of a brake, the seat will actually rotate or tilt a little bit. You can see on the image that the head potentially could hit the front passenger seat. That's because if the harness is tightened, but the seat can actually move a little bit, as you can see on the picture, in the cushion of the car. And there's two ways how we can prevent this to happen. So let's have a look at the second picture. Here we actually see the top tether. So it's a belt from the car seat that we put into the booth of the trunk of the car, into a little hook where we tighten the belt. The other solution that you can see on the next slide is actually the support leg. So those people who are familiar with two-way fix and two-way pearl, they will recognize the support leg, which avoids the seat to tilt where the child's head can touch the front passenger seat. So that is how the top tether can actually help to prevent the child being injured in case of an accident. So how does that look? If I look at the Titan, we see the top tether here. So in fact, we can lengthen the top tether like this by pushing the gray button. Then we hook this in the back of the car, and then we tighten it, and then you'll see actually the green indicator to say that the top tether is tightened correctly. Together with the top tether, we use the ISOFIX connections. And the way we do that on the Titan is that there is a button here, which we pull, and then we can actually take out the ISOFIX outside of the product. And when we connect it to the car, let me show it, like this, we will actually see the indicator on the ISOFIX. Oops, it's already green. If you connect it to the car, you will see that it moves into the green, the correct safety position. The way how to unlock the seat in the car is by pushing the button downwards and then push it back, and then again red, it's not connected, and it works the same way on both sides. If I go to the Titan Pro, the principle is the same. So we'll see here the top tether, similar hook. We also have an indicator for the correct installation. Again, the gray button where you can lengthen the tether. And then if it's tightened, you will see the green indicator. Yeah. When I show you the ISOFIX connections itself, they are here. They are individually placed. So with the Titan, they are linked together. And with the Titan Pro, we do it like this. And when we install it into the car, you will see the button to show a green indication here. If we want to unlock it, we first open the first lever, then push the button, and then we can slide it into the seat. And then with the Titan Pro, we do that left and right individually. Once we do this, and when we install it into the car, you have to make sure to push it all the way to the back, and it starts clicking into the car. So the closest it is to the bench, the better it is, because that means that the head of the child is as far away as from the front passenger seat, what I showed in the image before. So that's the ISOFIX. So both the seats have top tether and ISOFIX for connecting to the car. Then, what else do we have on the seat? Obviously, the Recline. And as I said at the beginning, please ask your questions. I'm here live, so you can ask whatever you want, and I'll be more than happy to answer. So feel free to come in with any of your questions. When we look at the Recline, very important that the child is comfortable sitting in the car. If I look at the Titan, we can actually move from upright into 5 different positions in the most reclined like this. If you look at the Titan Pro, to make sure the kid sits comfortable, we actually have a button here at the bottom, and we push it like this, and then the seat comes up by itself. So in a way, it's helping you to make the Recline a bit more comfortable, because normally the child has already the weight on it. So that's also both have the Recline, and that's where the seats are pretty much the same. Now I'd like to highlight some of the differences between the seats. First, important to highlight, because we are talking about safety, which is the side impact protection for the Titan Pro. The Titan Pro is a bit more advanced, more premium compared to the Titan when it comes to the side impact technology. We have here on the side a panel which is G-cell technology. It's a patented Maxi-Cosi safety technology. In fact, the design of the seat on the whole shoulder part is using hexagonal shapes, honeycomb structures, that allow, in case of a crash, to more efficiently absorb the forces before they're entering into the child. So in fact, they are used like a crumple zone that we see in cars, using the shape to efficiently protect the child on the side here. The second side impact technology that we're using is Air Protect. Some of you may have seen it also on other products, but in fact, inside of the headrest, there is a cushion, and it literally cushions the forces of a crash before it hits the child's head. So in normal everyday use, this is actually quite soft and easy, but in case of a crash, it very efficiently diverts the energy around the head area. So both the patented Air Protect for the head as well as the G-cell will help to increase the side impact for the Titan Pro. The Titan is also safe on side impact. You would expect it for Maxi-Cosi, but we have not been using the same designs as we do here on the Titan Pro. Again, if there's any questions, feel free to ask them. That's why I'm here, and that's why we do this live. So don't hesitate to file them below or on the left side of the screen. Okay, so now we've been looking into the seat. Both are in the same configuration. This is for a child up to 4 years, but let me show you how it works in daily life. And this is also a comment that we got from Charlotte before the live stream started, that it's easy or difficult to use the strap. Well, let me show you this. The way to open the harness is like this, and we see the easy-in harness system. So it opens up by itself, so it's easier to put the child in. The way to close the harness is like this. In the buckle, close it, and that's it. To open the harness, we press on the gray button here, and then we can open the harness, lengthen the harness like that. And that's how it's opened. So as the child is growing, getting bigger and bigger, we can take out the inlay for comfort. So let me show you how to do that. So I'm taking out the inlay by opening the buttons here on the side. And it's actually a comfort cushion, so it's not only for safety. So you can decide yourself when to remove it. So as it's getting winter now and colder and thicker winter coats, it might be easier for the child with the coat to take this out. So it's a personal choice for comfort. Then the seat looks like this. We can still close the backrest to make sure that the cover is nicely fitted, like this. And then we can also adjust the headrest. As the child is growing, and I'm seeing that I get a question from Sha. I have to apologize for my Dutch accent if I pronounce it wrongly. The question is, can the seat go on a pushchair? Can it be taken out of the car? Can it be on a pushchair? No. On a pushchair, we can only have car seats for babies, the infant carriers, and you can place them in and outside of the car. And these are for older kids. Can they be taken out of the car? Yes. So if you want to move them from car to car, from the mother to the father or to the grandparents, you unlock the isofix at the bottom, and you unlock the top tether from the back, and then you can move it from one car to the other. Thanks for sharing the question. I was explaining, oh yeah, I have to do it like this, that we can put the headrest up. So on the Titan Pro, there is a button here on the back, and if we press it, and then we can move it into the different heights. And it's really important to put the height of the harness correct. And often we get a question, what is the correct height? Actually, here, the belt should be on the shoulder, a little bit above, so that it nicely fits the shoulder and the chest. That's the right height. And then always tension it for every ride. Always tension it like this for the maximum safety. I see another question coming in from Andrea. Thank you, Andrea. What is the weight limit on the harness? You keep saying 4 years, but there's a lot of 2 and 3 years old who already weigh 18 kilograms. They wouldn't be able to use the harness until 4, wouldn't they? Yeah. The beauty of this seat is that it can work from all different ages. The most critical one is actually the weight of the child. So if the child has a certain weight, we can actually move using the car belt. And I will show you how to transfer both seats from the harness, let's say up to 4 years or 18 kilograms, you're right, or move it up to the second category. And in fact, I can show you here on the Titan Pro, we have an indicator. I hope we can see it here on screen. As the headrest moves up, we will see a notification. So now it's time to convert the seat into a seat where we use the car belt. So let me show you how that works on the Titan Pro. So I'll put it in the highest headrest position, and then I'm going to take out the harness. Do it like this, open the buttons, and we actually have videos on our website who show in more detail from all different directions. So I advise you to go to Maxi-Cosi.co.uk, not com, but co.uk, or YouTube, where you can find the videos in more detail. So we take off the pads like this, do the same on the other side. And the pads we don't need, but actually we're going to hide the harness inside of the seat. So we open it up like this. And again, I'm doing it a little bit quicker and refer to the website. It's important here that we put the belt inside the slots clearly, as you can see me doing like this. And then we close again and you will see actually we are able to increase the height of the harness for bigger kids. So I'll be putting the buckles at the bottom and close it like this. Sorry for blocking, but please go to the website. Close this. And then you'll see we still have the buckle here. And the buckle, we don't need it anymore because we start using the car belt, like this routing. So we're going to take out the crutch pad, like this. And then in fact, there is a compartment hidden inside the seat. Again, please look at the videos on the website and on YouTube. and we can actually nicely hide the buckle so that the bigger child is not sitting on it. And actually you'll see, while I'm talking, transforming the seat for a small kid to a big kid, all the way up to 10, 12 years old. Charlotte sent before the live stream already a question where she was commenting on the recline of the seat. That sometimes when her kid is sitting on it, that it was not able to recline. And I'm trying to answer the question. It might be a little bit technical, so please stay with me for a couple of minutes. When the child is in the traditional group 1 mode with the integral harness, the seat should be freely to recline at every different time. When the seat has been converted into the bigger kit, let's say the group 2-3, as it's called in the industry, it's not safe to recline it when the child is using the car belt. And why is that? Think about this as parent. If we are buckled up in our seat, if we would be reclining our seat, it would give extra pressure on our abdomen area. And we don't want that because that's the weakest part of the body where we could be harmed in case of an accident. So in fact, for safety, the recline for the big kid is blocked when the kid is sitting on it. When the kid is stepping out of it, you can freely move it into the different directions. And it is for this lap belt risk. In the industry, it's called submarining, literally the child moving underneath the lap belt, that we want to avoid. It could well be that that function, that actually we have the crutch pad that I took out here, is actually making or enabling or disabling the recline function. So as I said, here in this live stream, I cannot show you the detail exactly how to fit this in, but we have on our website, we have explanations and videos how to make sure that the crutch pad is correctly positioned, to make sure that they have a recline for the group 1, but that the recline is blocked for the group 2-3. Yeah? So that's an important way how to explain the safety. It's completely integrated into all the functions of the Titan Pro. Do we have any other questions? Feel free to send them in, because that's why I'm for, to look at it. Another thing that's important on the Titan Pro, and this is not only about safety, but it's also about comfort. That's the bamboo fabrics that we have integrated into the cover. You can see on the screen that there is a difference between the fabric here on the outside and on the inside. And also the inlay, we are using bamboo fabrics. The benefit of bamboo textiles is that it actually helps to regulate the temperature in a more natural way. We see already today in clothing more and more use of bamboo to better regulate the temperature for the body, and particularly for children in a car, that is giving extra comfort for the longer rides. Then let's go to the Titan, because I promised you to not only show both products, but also to show the difference between them. This one is still in the 1 to 4 year mode. And in everyday use, if I put it upright, the way to lengthen the harness is that I press the quick adjuster, and I can lengthen like this. And you already see the difference that there is no easy-in harness on this product. So just like any other brand in the market, the harness can be opened and closed like this. We also see an inlay here for the smaller kids, which we can also take out and wash if we like. And it's up to you to decide when to take it out or put it in. It's a comfort cushion. There's no safety references to it. So we put that aside. As the child is growing, also here the headrest can move up. So we pull the strap, and then we can define any of the positions. It has in total 11 positions to make sure that we have the best height for every kid. The 8 steps of height is the same with the Titan Pro. I showed you with the Titan Pro that the headrest will block at a certain point. We call this the grow safe headrest. And that is because of warning when to move from the harness to the car belt, which makes this seat unique. If we look at the Titan Pro, or the Titan, sorry, we can actually judge ourselves when to move from the one face to the other face. I'm looking if there's new questions coming on, not yet. Please feel free to type in your questions. I'll be more than happy to answer them. So we see the Recline, as we showed earlier, and let me now also show you how to hide the harness and move it into a big car seat. So we open the back panel of the cover. We put the buckles similar as the Titan Pro. We put them here in the bottom, so there's no need to take the harness out. There is always a risk if you take the harness out that you lose parts, and that would make the seat unsafe. So as Maxi-Cosi, we want to make sure that all the parts always stay with the product. And again, to change this, we have more videos for more details, so you can see for yourself. Up. And then we can increase the headrest to the higher position, similar as to the Titan Pro. We still see the buckle here. So also here, we don't want the kid to sit on it. As I said, my own children are using the seats, and they for sure didn't find that very comfortable. So we take off the crutch pad, and in this case, we put the buckle underneath the cover, and it sits there for the child to sit in. So the Titan Pro is exclusively available on Mothercare, and the recommended consumer price is £250, whereas the Titan car seats is available at Halfords with the recommended price of £199. So you see a difference in terms of price, but you also see a difference in terms of features and functionalities. If I have to highlight, because sometimes people ask me, okay, what's the difference? Which one would you choose? Well, having a twin, I don't have to choose, so I'm using both of them. But when you look at the safety, the side impact protection, for me it's a big advantage by implementing a more advanced technology like G-Cell. The benefit is also that we keep the Titan Pro open and still delivering a high side impact protection. Why would we keep the design open? And that's really here at the lower part for the buckling of the car seat. When your child is young, below 1 year, you cannot imagine that your kid will be able to buckle up themselves. But I tell you, like my own sons, at some point they grow up and they want to buckle up themselves. They want to be treated like grown-ups, as I think we all want to be. So in fact, when they're using this seat, they jump in the car themselves, they buckle up, and they can actually see the buckle and click themselves. You see many other products and brands where they have more space filled up, so it's not able to see the buckle in the back. So that's why deliberately we kept the Titan Pro open, so that you have full visibility, quickly jumping in and out from the side, but with the Air Protect headrest and the G-Cell shoulder protection, we can still guarantee the high safety here. So it's really the best balance of being safe and open, and that's what the Titan Pro has been doing. The other thing, and that's also something that's sometimes difficult to realize in real life, is the belt guidance here. Once you put the seat into the car, you will find the belt routing super easy, but also very smooth on the Titan Pro. Click and go. Whereas with the Titan, as with any other product that you see in the market, it's still easy, don't worry, but you need to fit it through with less open design as we see with the Titan Pro. I'm thinking, is there any new questions coming in? No, I didn't see anything yet. Is there someone coming in? new question? Just 1 second. As I said, it's the first time we do the live broadcast on Facebook. That's also why we start a little bit later because of some technical things. I can see something flying in. A question from Haley. Thank you, Haley, for sharing that. I love the looks of the seats. Can you please tell me the maximum weight you can use this seat until? It's actually until eternity, I would say, for the kids. So the 38 kilograms is the maximum requirement for using a car seat, but it also depends very much on the length. In Europe, there's different regulations by country, whether the kid until 1.50 m or 1.35 m needs to be transported or traveling with a car seat. But both seats allow the maximum use for kids. As I said, my sons, they are 9 years old. They are now 1.36 m, and they are still sitting in the seat, both of them, as I said. So basically, once you purchase these seats and you start using them, you don't need to invest in any other seat. So even if you have a family with more kids, you can actually, as they born in different times, you can actually use these seats to adapt to the different ages of the kids. Well, I think that's about it for today. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, for watching. If you have any questions, please keep asking them. We have the customer care team in the UK, not only available today until 10 o'clock, but actually every day, both on Facebook here, but also on Twitter. And they're more than happy to answer any of your questions for any Maxi-Cosi car seat. So thank you very much for tuning in. Wish you a pleasant evening and hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.